My thoughts are like a bright symphony. I'm simply changing everything that I begin to see mentally.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Women love serial killers. Alright, good. Now that I've gotten your attention, I'm probably gonna get myself canceled with this one, by the way. Recently, I've been going through some shit, and when I do, I just sit down scrolling through TikTok monotonously for hours on end. At times, I see the generic video of a e-girl dancing, or I just see a dude standing with a top text that just hits way too close to home. But recently, I've been left pretty bamboozled due to coming across a video on my For You page that's basically just a fan cam or a fan edit of a literal school shooter. That was Devon Erikson, a 18-year-old school shooter that killed a student and injured 8. They also reportedly spray painted "Fuck Society" and 666 on one of their parents' cars and torched it before the attack. So we know we're dealing with some edgy motherfuckers here. And also, if you don't know what a fan cam is, it's usually a recording of a live performance. Usually K-pop fans do this with their idols like BTS and throw in some edits. And it isn't solely made among the K-pop community though. Like you guys just saw, there's a growing community of people that are making these kinds of videos. The account that posted that video was called edits_Devon. But in no way was that the account that started all of this and started this whole trend. It goes back all the way through Twitter, where there's literally been Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer fan cams. And to be honest, it even goes way past the internet era, especially with the aforementioned Ted Bundy. You really have to ask yourself, how do men like these become a crazy sex symbol and an object of desire? And it's particularly been amongst women. I ain't been seeing any dudes in the comments saying that they want some Ted Bundy meat, but you really wonder, is it the bad boy image, the fact that the guy is basically a celebrity being broadcasted like day in, day out on news stations? It's just weird to think that people like these actually have groupies and fans. To be honest, I think that our society as a whole is obsessed with celebrities, and it doesn't really matter if that celebrity is someone who is famous for doing something wonderful or notorious for doing something awful. To be honest, most people, both men and women, should know that standing a school shooter is wrong, but then again, I took a look at the comments section only to see stuff like this. Mom, I'm in love with a criminal. This kind of love is not rational, it's physical. Mom, I fell in love with a criminal. And of course, he's hot. I still low-key wonder why it's just females in the comment section talking like this. And also, I'm not dumb. I'm pretty sure that some are just fucking around. But then again, through the sea of comments, there's bound to be a large amount that actually mean what they're saying. But in the age of online irony posting and angst-induced nihilism, parody of a real phenomenon is equal to seriousness to the real deal. I'm pretty glad the hashtags that most of these fan cams were tagged with became dominated by people expressing their outrage and disgust over people turning serial killers into lawless, cowboy-esque cultural icons, parody or not. Aye, now, let's get back to something more important. Did you actually think I was joking around at the start of the video? No! After I looked through the comments of not only that account, but similar accounts like Reddits.dv, I don't even know, I noticed this phenomenon, that it was mostly women spanning from early to late teens. After that, I immediately started to read up and try to understand why a certain population of mostly just women seem to openly share their affection with known serial killers and murderers. As a relatively recent example as well that didn't take place on social media, a man by the name of Chris Watts, he killed his wife and kids but apparently has swarms of admirers, these women who are writing love letters talking about how attractive he is and even sending him scantily dressed photographs of themselves. I mean, even Joe Rogan gave a theory that kind of made sense.
About that. No, you know, Whitney Cummings was actually telling me about this. She said she read that it was something that had to do with there was like an evolutionary benefit to getting close to killers. Like that, I think this is theoretical.
In what regard?
That the idea of it's very hard to kill someone.
Once you have like human personal contact? Is that what you're saying?
No. No, that the act of killing someone, that it's difficult to do. and that it requires like someone who is to be capable of taking another person's life, and to be close to that person means somehow or another you're protected by them, and that they're willing to kill, and that this is like something that existed thousands and thousands of years ago in our DNA, this desire to be close to killers because you were more likely to survive.
But at the end of the day, that was just a theory, man. But this pretty much proves that women like serial killers, right?
What the fuck, dude? Why would you say that?
I mean, fam, didn't you hear what Joe Rogan said? This is Joe Rogan we're talking about. And I saw a few dudes on Twitter say it. I mean, they did happen to have some blue check marks.
So now we're just gonna believe what some random dude on Twitter says about women? Yeah, good luck with that.
Honestly, I feel like the most credible source on the matter, though, is a woman by the name of Sheila Eisenberg, the author of a book called Women Who Love Men Who Kill, where she interviewed several women that find murderers attractive. Highly recommended, by the way. I haven't read the whole thing so far, but it's definitely a good read. She states several reasons as to why women find these men so attractive. Could be, you know, I really want to be tough, or maybe I really want to be violent myself, but society won't let me. In the book, some personality traits and characteristics that were listed are that most of them had jobs, were married, and even had kids. One woman even had a PhD and was a college professor. But what stood out to me was that she said in an interview with the Huffington Post on May 22nd, 2019,
every woman had been abused in her past. By getting involved with the prisoner or the lifer, they were in the dominant position. These women are not crazy. When you fall in love with someone, it's because that person fills your psychological needs. So being in a relationship with a convicted murderer is like being the star in a romance novel all the time.
Every woman had been abused in their past. This statement right there made me realize many of the people out there in the comment section that I looked at with disgust, I just feel bad for. It was a similar reaction that I had to an old Vice video called the BDSM abduction fetish. At first I thought these guys are just fucking weird, but with further research you find out something like that on average stems to past trauma. And from what I've found out and seen through a lot of studies and interviews about this particular topic, it seems like the love for these men were developed due to past trauma. So at the end of the day, sure, some can say that these people are straight up crazy in the comment section, but deep down, I still tend to feel a bit bad for some of them. Like the author Sheila Eisenberg that I just spoke about, she wrote, there are so many reasons why women and even young girls would fall for serial killers. Hollywood, in gangster movies, reality TV, social media, and like I said, past trauma. Just all of these things collide to make this phenomenon. Surely though, the answer to why they shouldn't be posting this shit online and sharing their love for these mass murderers has to do with respecting the victims' memories and their surviving family members, with not glorifying abject violence as not to encourage unhinged individuals to act on their impulses, but amidst tribal political divides and human rights becoming somewhat of a social construct. Empathy seems to be a sacrifice of the post-irony modern glitch. Giving into it and joining or even laughing at the joke might make us complicit in a way in all of the problems that we're supposedly fed up with. The point of this video wasn't to justify why these people post stuff like this online, but to understand why the stereotype of women being infatuated with these mass murderers exist. Because if the point of this video was just to talk about the accounts posting this shit, what's there to talk about? Weird motherfuckers who make fan cams? Nah, I'd rather have a stimulating discussion. And at the end of the day, like Future said, these bitches crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not already, drop a comment, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, links are down below. The Discord link is in the description down below as well. Other than that, hope you guys are doing good and peace.
Give it up daily and only enjoy boys who didn't like mainstream. Well, I do, and this is nothing new, but looks like this life I ain't living for you. I know that you in love, but baby, our time's through when the size don't fit, so why would I wear the shoe? This ain't a love song, so I'ma skip bars, rip hard, grip stars, then dip off.